All right, welcome back to Cricket for Americans. Nick here, and I am bringing you my thoughts. What's up, Dibbly Dobbly podcast on day 2 of this what's turned out to be a quite exciting cricket match. The second cricket match. I'm watching the highlights right now. It's in my ear. I'm seeing Jimmy Anderson do his thing. Got Rahane out quick. Before that, KL Rahul just nicked it, I guess. It wasn't really an edge because it was away from him, wasn't behind him, but he went out. But very, very exciting day 2. As you see in the thumbnail, England strikes back. They are still batting in their first innings. They have lost 3 wickets. If you want to compare them to India's first innings, India had 276 when they had 3 wickets, and England's got, what do they got, like 100 or so? 100 plus in theirs. Let's see, I get the 119 for their 3 wickets, 45 overs. So they're not scoring too quickly for those that was thinking it was a flat track. What is up, everyone? Gabe is working. Gabe works on the weekend evenings, so he is out doing his thing. What is happening, Constitutionalist? You were the first one here. Looks like Thunder Hayes, the Doctor, Rashab, Jihan. England's batting looks flimsy, doesn't it? Yeah, when you got Root in there, anything can happen. They got a big wicket with Burns. What's up, Renell? How are you doing? How is everyone? Elite Trader. And there's a wicket for Wood right there on the highlights, getting Pont. How did he get Pont? Pont got 37. Ooh, just a little nick, a little edge. How's everyone doing? Day 1 was such a huge day for India. And I said yesterday, we were talking about how much can KL Rahul get total because he was still not out at that point. How many runs can India get in their first innings? We were talking about those kind of things. And I said, I've seen it too many times when a guy's not out and he's got a huge score and now the wickets are falling like crazy in the highlights. I don't see him getting a huge score the next day. I didn't think it was going to be a 2. Did not think it was going to be a 2, but went down early. I've seen that happen way too often where they scored big the first day, they're not out the next day. They're out of rhythm, right? It's been a whole day. It's been 16 hours or something like that, and it's hard to get back into that same rhythm. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen is when they call stumps, when things are going well. Renell says, I'm fine, thank you. Stay up late to watch the stream. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate you staying up late to watch the stream. I would have thought that India would have gotten more than what they ended up getting. Ooh, another wicket for Jimmy Anderson on the highlights. India got 364. Yeah, they didn't even get to the 370, 380 that we were talking about, maybe 400. 364. Because like I said yesterday, walking wickets in that tail end. They have no tail end. It doesn't even exist. It's just like it's just crazy. And this shirt is my undershirt is driving me insane. How's everyone doing? Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're enjoying this match. I know the West Indies, they did their thing as well. The West Indies, oh, come on. How dare you? There you go. Versus Pakistan, it stumps. Pakistan got 217 their first innings. West Indies, they've already lost 8 wickets, but they're already leading with 251. Leading by 34 runs, and they're still batting. So the West Indies are having a good test match, good beginning so far. It's still anyone's test match. Brathwaite, the captain, got himself 97. Jason Holder, my man, got himself 58. And Abbas got 3 wickets. Shaheen got 2. In the first innings, you had Alam got 56. He had a half century. Fahim got himself 44. He got 3 wickets from Seals. And again, from my man, Jason Holder, 3 wickets. But England has struck back. They took those blows. They were getting hit really heavy. And the bowling showed up. The bowling showed up and got themselves some serious wickets, as you see in the thumbnail. Jimmy Anderson, the ageless wonder. The man that will never retire because there's no reason for him to retire because it's not even close for him. He got himself a 5-er. Ooh, he got himself a 5-er, 5 wickets, 29 overs, 7 maidens. And he's got the lowest economy rate for the England side and the second lowest economy rate overall if you want to count Jadeja's 4 overs. I mean, he's a man on a mission. Robinson's got 2 more wickets for his tally so far in this series. What has he got, 7 or 8 or some nonsense? Mark Wood got himself 2, even though he was really expensive. Look at this tail end. I mean, Rahane, he saw 1 more ball in day 2, and then he was done. So virtually a duck on day 2. He got a total of 1. I have not seen him perform too well in a long time either. This is why it's huge to have what KL Raul did. Oh, we're going to talk about this guy in the highlights in a second. Let me put this on pause because I constantly get distracted by it. But look at the tail end. You got Jadeja doing Jadeja things. He got 40, just 2 less than Kohli's, and then Shami 0. Ishant Sharma 8, Bumrah 0, and Siraj 0, but he didn't see a ball before the last wicket fell. So not the way you want to start day 2. They did put up a good score. 364 is nothing to sneeze at, especially what India has done in the past in their first inning or so. But Jimmy Anderson does Jimmy Anderson things. But England, they didn't really make a huge statement with their batting, with the exception of Joe Root and, dare I say, Rory Burns. Rory Burns, 49. He got to those nervous 49s, almost got the half century. Joe Root's at 48 and counting. High strike rate. Again, 6 boundaries. None of them are 6s, but that doesn't matter. A 64 strike rate. Joe Root, that is the biggest wicket right now. But then you still got to deal with Bairstow and Butler, Moeen Ali. I don't think Ali's going to go for a half century or a century, but I'm sure he's got it in him. So I feel like England, they're not right back in it yet. They got a tall score to chase. But if they can have those guys cooking, if they can prevent those wickets, then they can make some noise. Let's get to some of the comments. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning for some of you, Friday night for some of us, midnight for others. I think Renell's in the midnight category. Anurag says, I think England is still struggling. New day, new morning moisture in the pitch. 2 or 3 wickets early can take a match away from England. Yeah, you don't want to lose those 3 wickets early. 3 or 4 wickets, you get a little nervous unless you scored like 200 or 300. They're only at 119, and they've lost 3 wickets. I mean, they can bat all of day 3. They have the ability to do it, but it's not looking too great. Cummins and Anderson are carrying their teams. Yes, their respective teams. Absolutely, Harsha. Everyone that's joined me, thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful day. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you have not done so. And share your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to get to as many as I can. I'm watching my Padres game live right here. They just tied it up, so they're 2-2, but they're playing against one of the worst teams in baseball, so it's really embarrassing. Anurag, yes, India should have scored 400 plus. Absolutely. That's why Ravi Ashwin should have been included. Yeah, he can definitely bat. He can get you a century. I don't know if he can get you a century in England, but he can score some runs. Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, who didn't see a ball. There's no excuse for that. It's atrocious. Thank goodness you got contributions from Pont and Jadeja. I always like seeing those half centuries, but I'll take the 40s to the 37s. Honestly thought India were going for 390 to 400. Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought right in there, 380 to 400, 406, I thought would be, should I say, easy to get with the huge start they had. Could that end up being the killer? We'll see. Jaden says, good morning. Good morning to you as well, my friend. Elite Trader, average inning total Lords is 202. Okay. So that's the average. Then India did well above the average. I'm still happy with 364, but you just think 276 and 3 loss, you're going to get a higher score, but we'll take it. What's up, Varun? What's up, Varun? How are you doing? The doctor says Sam Curran looks so out of place in the team. Yeah, those Curran brothers, they are quite interesting. Let's see what Sam Curran's done since you brought it up. On the highlights, it wasn't too favorable. 22 overs, 2 maidens, 72 runs, no wickets. He can't get those wickets. And a 3.3 economy rate. So from the numbers, he's putting in a solid performance, but he's not making much of a difference, if any difference at all. Steven, what's up? He says, I'm good. Varun says, yeah, but Sam Curran can bat. Yeah, he's also in. I mean, look at the tail for England for a second here. Let's look at the tail for England. They have James Anderson. He's not going to do much. Mark Wood, I don't know. Can he bat? I don't think so. Ollie Robinson, I'm not sure if he can bat. But then you got Sam Curran, Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali, is that the tail? Probably not, but Sam Curran's in the tail, and he can bat. He can. Doesn't mean he's going to score high every single time. India has not lost a match with 300-plus first inning score for 6 years. Oh, don't put that out in the universe. Don't put that out in the universe. Oh, how dare you. Anurag says, Jimmy can't play full series due to fitness. Broad already out. Archer is out. Wokes is injured. Not looking good for England. Yeah. They're going to have to push Jimmy. They're going to have to push Jimmy. Let me know if you think there's any way he plays in the third match. We got Dibbly Dobbly podcasts. Guys, don't forget, go to the Dibbly Dobbly podcast for all of your cricket needs. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this guy's channel. We spent some time with them and had a great time. Great conversation. Joe Root will be the key for England going forward, but the other batsmen in the team need to stand up and support him. He can't do it all himself. Joe Root is a monster. I'll never forget the fact that I went after Joe Root hard last summer. Hard. No. Hold the phone. Was that last summer or was that 2 summers ago? I think that was last summer. I can't remember. I think that was last summer. I went after him hard. But man, he has just been so consistent. He's on the precipice of another half century. What else is new? It's almost like for him, a half century is not good enough. But Jimmy Anderson is an animal. 5 wickets once again in his career. This guy is on, what is he, the top 10, top 12 all-time wickets list for tests? This guy's an animal. And then you got Rory Burns. Gabe and I always make fun of Rory Burns. He gives you 49. He couldn't get that 50. But he gives you 49. And you take that as an England fan. Sibley is hopeless. Yeah, I don't know what Sibley was doing. Besides the Sibley thing, right? With a strike rate of 20 or whatever it is. I don't know what Sibley was doing. But let's talk about Sibley for a second. Let's talk about Sibley before I get to Rashab's comment there. I will get to your comment, Rashab. Sibley went down. How did he go down? With Lord Siraj. Mohammad Siraj, this guy is an animal. This is the guy you have to have on your test squad every single time. He is performing when guys like Ishant Sharma aren't. When Boomer's not. Boomer showed up big time in the last match. But Lord Siraj, 2 wickets. Shami has the other one. Shami got the huge one on Rory Burns. Siraj got back-to-back. He was on a hat trick for crying out loud. At Lords in England. He's got 4 maidens. Economy rate 2.6. If you don't think Siraj belongs on the squad for India, you're crazy. And when you're playing India, if you're rooting for the other team, you don't want to see no Lord Siraj. He changes the pace, and I'm not talking about speed. He just gives you a different element. He is an X factor. They started off with Bumrah, and they started off with Ishant Sharma. I was watching it when I woke up this morning when England was starting off. And it seems like they were at 15-0. England was for, I think it was like 3 maidens in a row or something. Eventually, you take those 2 guys out, give them some rest. You put in Shami and Siraj. At Lords, on that wicket, that's not fair. Those 4 pacers, woo! Lord Siraj is an animal. I can't imagine what the match would be like if he doesn't get those back-to-back wickets. Rashab says, Nick, please reply. I don't know why you were so excited yesterday when India was on top, but India is used to being on top these days regularly. WTC should be the same if India had time to practice well. Why I was so excited, it's been a long time, Rashab. When was the last time they had 276 for 3 in the first innings? I'll wait. Because it's been a long time. I don't think that happened in the entire tour of India against England. I don't think it even happened too many times in Australia, and they won that series. It's been a long time since they started off a match 276 and 3 only lost. It could have been more too. If Pujara would have showed up, if Kohli would have not gone for that temptation. Oh, absolutely. It's not been a regular thing. Not recently. Remember, I have not been a fan of cricket going back 10, 12 years or whatever you're referring to. Oh, man alive. She says, yes, it's 12-14 here. Joe Root is standing between India's win and loss. Yeah, he's that instrumental. Anurag, I see Jadeja, and I feel really happy for him. What an improved cricketer. Batting at lower order is not easy, and he's contributing consistently, and this consistency is so, so important. Yes, especially with this tail end when you are the last hope. You're batting 7? Or was he 6? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He was 7. You're batting 7. You are the last batsman on the Indian side. You are the last batsman. Come on, Internet, don't do this to me. Got too many devices going. Let me turn this one off. Internet's telling me to calm down with my bad self. Oh, you better believe Jadeja is your final batsman with this tail end. He's so important right now. Let's see. England needs to bat the whole day. Windies need to add 50 runs or bat till lunch. Yeah. I mean, can you be greedy and ask for more than 50 runs? Mark Woods got to test 50. Okay. Stephen Brewster says it was last summer. Rashab says in the previous era, team batting first would usually bury the game for the opposition if they are set. But these days, they fluff it up because of vulnerable techniques and open up the game. All right. Varun says with the way Joe Root is carrying this England team, he will be having back problems very soon. Oh, yeah, you can't carry it forever. Get this guy a back brace or something like that. Joe Root is so consistent. I wonder if I can pull up his recent performances. Just a look at what this man can do. Recent batting performances internationally. Let's see what Grandma Google has for us. I'm going to try ESPN Quick Info. This guy is an animal. He's an animal, as Austin Powers would say. Here we go. No? Those are just by tours, by countries. Okay. So you have by year at least. Year 2021, his average is almost 62. His average is almost 62. You have to go back to 2014 when he was averaging 97. Jeez Louise. To get to that point. He saw less balls than he has in 2021 so far. 2020, his average was 42. 2019, his average was 37. And I started saying the Joe Root line was like 25 or something. How dare me not even look at the stats here. Almost 62. Oh, you know I want to do it. You know I want to do it. Where's Virat Kohli at? I want to see what Virat Kohli's got here. Almost 62 for Joe Root in 2021. I wonder if that is just test, if that's all international, or what exactly that is. Really? Virat Kohli didn't come up that way? Give me a break. All right, let's see. Got a double from the Padres. Good. I can't see your comments yet. Let's see. Kohli. Oh, goodness gracious. What is this? Is this... What in the world? I wonder what they're going by because they have Kohli at 27 for this year, 19 for last year, and then his astronomical numbers. Holy cow. All right, let's go back to the comments here. Yeah, we are still waiting for Coley's century. Why no live streaming, Nick? Because work's back. We go back to our regular job. The game started at 3 a.m. here. I got to get up for work at 6:30, and I got to work all day. First week of school. That's why. All right, let's see. Am I streaming day 3? That is the plan. It'll be the third session. It'll be near the end of the match, the last hour or two. I'm not going to – usually I like to sleep in late on Saturday morning. I'm not going to sleep in too late. I'm going to wake up somewhat early for the weekend, and I'm going to jump on. Gabe should be here with us for that same time. So look out for that. Around 8:30 our time. Shrujan says, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on Let's Talk About. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about day 2. It was a big day for England to just throw a few counter punches and try to get back in the match a little bit. India is still in a really good position. Shrujan says, Jadeja should have batted smartly and kept strike. He didn't do that and attacked the bowling, especially with 9 wickets. Oh, so he was yeah. Your partner's not going to do anything. You've got to control that. Virat has once again misread the conditions. This pitch is slowing down. Will be tough for fast bowlers going ahead. Ashwin would have been great on day 3 or 4. Ooh, we got some salt in the Virat Kohli wound. Nice. A little bit of salt there. It's Kohli's fault for everything. At least I only blame him when it comes to the batting woes. I may end up being totally wrong, but I didn't see Kohli scoring a century in this series. It's in his head. He does not seem calm. You know what, to me, thank you so much for this comment, RATN Sharma. For me, he seems a little too calm, especially when he's out fielding. Like, he's just so jovial, so happy, way too comfortable. That's what I see, at least. When he's batting, yes, he seems so tight and he seems so in his head and he wants to just have those perfect innings. But it doesn't seem to – I want it to bother him the entire match. I want him to get ticked off at himself. I want him to be angry with himself. I want him to be so frustrated that he's just going to destroy the ball. Maybe call – oh, don't bring it up, Ronell. Don't bring it up. I have seen this movie before. India getting to a big game in a World Cup. India getting to a big game, or Kohli's team, I should say, whatever he's captaining, getting to a big game, and then just falling apart. It would be nice if he was saving some special play for the T20 World Cup. But I've seen this before. What's up, Minute Team? How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, Pacific time. Crispy Update says, openers in lower order, Pont Jadeja here, Pant, Ashwin, Sundar in Australia are the saviors for a wretched 3-4-5. Yep. I don't disagree with that. Ratchet says he plays a game, not fights a war. I think he should be enjoying it. Oh, no, this is a war, my friend. This is international cricket. You have to be right. You're going to lead your team as the captain. You've got to lead by batting. You can have fun, sure. Sometimes. But not when you're struggling the way he's struggling. I'm not saying he needs to be like, I don't know, like super, super tight and all that kind of stuff. But he needs to, what's the right word? He needs to take it a little seriously. So I disagree with that. Definitely is a war. Told you, Nick, it's a flat wicket. I don't know about it. I'm not sure where that proof comes from. Day 3 is best for batting, yeah, but, man, the batting really slowed down for England on day 2 and for India. We'll see if it gets worse for day 3, or we'll see if it, all of a sudden starts allowing runs left and right. Varun says, predict the oh, how dare you predict the Ashes? You have I don't know who's going to be healthy for England. They have what, 3 months? They have 3 months to get healthy. Australia is in some kind of bad shape, but it's the Ashes, right? Those big rivalries that teams always show up for. If England was completely healthy, and we know Archer's not going to be there because he's out for the rest. How long is Ben Stokes going to be out for? How long is Stuart Broad going to be out for? You would have to give the edge to Australia, even though they're in kind of a shaky situation. I'm going to be very boring, and I'm going to say there's going to be, do I say 3 draws? No, I'm not going to be boring. There's going to be 2 draws. There's going to be 2 wins and 1 loss. And the team that has 2 wins and 1 loss is going to be, where's it being played? Is it in Australia? It says Ben Stokes will be back for the Ashes. Where's it being played at? Before I make my final prediction. Is it Australia? I think it's in Australia this time. I think it's what Dr. Jihan had informed us about. In Australia. Thank you, Manaf. So quick with that. I appreciate that. Oh, I want to say England just because I think they have a better group of players than where Australia's at. But under Australia, they still have Steve Smith. They've been underperforming, and it's in Australia. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to say Australia, 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws. Take that, Dr. Jihan, with your whitewash of 5-0. That's what I'm saying. For Virat standards, he's struggling. Absolutely. Nice play by the Padres right there. Still 2-2. Is Virat finished? Question mark with a whole lot of I'm going to let you guys answer that in the comment section. Is he finished? As far as his normal, right? Is it time for him to hang him up? I don't think that. But is he finished being the best in the world? Is he no longer the best in the world? What do you think? Rahani is an enigma. Oh, my gosh, Rahani. He makes me want to tear out more of my hair. He used to be my favorite player in Indian side a couple of years ago, but he plays 1 match winning innings per series and fails miserably. That's the key word, miserably, in other innings. We know about Rahani's running woes, right? We know about Rahani and his running. But his batting's been much worse. I got to think of a better pun for that, for his batting. Kohli might be inspiring for bowlers, especially pacers, but he surely doesn't instill confidence in his batsmen. Especially his bowlers who are batting at that time. Ashes is 5-0. It's the easiest prediction I had to make in my entire life. Wow. Complete disrespect. There's no way. You're trolling me, my friend. There's no way 5-0 is an easy prediction. I don't care who you're playing. I really don't care who the teams are. Disrespectful. Ashes takes place in summer, so when it's in Australia, it's around December time. Okay, that makes sense. Kohli won't leave captaincy. No, of course he's not. Of course not. Your brand value and sponsors increase. Why would anyone kick away easy money? I don't think they should leave it up to him. Oh, that would be drama. Could you imagine that? Okay, what happens if India gets to the World Cup for T20, the final, and they lose, and Kohli scores below 10? Okay, below 10. What happens then? There's yet another World Cup that he wasn't able to capture when he had an opportunity to, as the captain. Another championship gone away. They're in a tough spot. Tough spot. Finally, someone answered, is Kohli the best in the world right now? I want to know, do you guys think, and whether you're an India fan or not, is Kohli the best in the world right now? I don't think he is. Neither does the Cricket Dawn. Wow. I first wasn't going to read this comment because I saw Instagram followers, and I didn't want to hear. I thought it was just applauding Kohli again for his Instagram followers. Kohli's 100 million Instagram followers with tacit support of Shastri have been bullying BCCI and Indian cricket for far too long. After Ravi, Kohli will be demoted. And didn't Ravi Shastri say that after the World Cup he's done? I think that's what he said. Oh, Gay would love this comment, Manav. Burns with 49. He overperformed by 40 runs. Woo. That's crazy. That is hilarious. Oh, I missed a few comments here. Renell says, nah, he not. Wait till September and October. Is that Virat? And you talking about the IPL? If England wants to be a top team in the world, which they should be considering the money, infrastructure, and legacy, they need a slogan. Forget dreaming about the Ashes and start winning some matches. Wow. So much sauce. Renell likes the slogan. What is happening, Agent of Chaos, Necessary Evil? How are you? Thank you for saying hello. Steven likes the slogan. There you go. You got some love there. People may not like, but presently Kohli is not the best batsman. Even in the Indian team, it's Rohit. Oh, yes. Them are fighting words right there. But in the last, we'll say 6 months, that's been true. Kane Williamson, probably for the best. I think it's what Steven's saying. This year, the T20 World Cup is going to be most competitive. Even teams like Bangladesh and Afghanistan have good chances. Yeah, I got Afghanistan as my dark horse. I'm not saying that they're my favorites to win it, but my dark horse. Oh, Shay's in here. Let's mention a little bit of 100 for a second. Where's Gabe at now? I mean, you notice that he's not here right now because my Birmingham Phoenix played his Trent Rockets. The women did and the men did. And what happened? The same result. The same result happened. The Phoenix won for the women and for the men. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I got to say. Summer of Gabe, nothing. I did not see the reviews yesterday. Were there a lot of reviews? I saw Kohli wanted to review one, but he didn't, and that was a good non-review because it was not an edge when India was bowling. Let's see. Drummer Boy. How you doing, Drummer Boy? What's up? He wants to know, is the T20 World Cup canceled? Has it been delayed? I don't think so. Prajwal, what's happening? How are you? I'm doing great. It's the weekend. Finished the first week of school, which is always a lot of fun, but very, very exhausting. So get a much-needed break. I'm going to be watching some cricket tomorrow. I'm excited for that, to stream with you guys. Excited to have Gabe with us. And my Padres are just they're not taking this game. 9th inning, tied 2. They're on the road, so it could be a walk-off. Am I Indian? No, I root for India because I have so many awesome friends who are from India. But I'm not Indian. I don't think. Maybe way, way back in the lineage. Let's see. India has been shocking with their reviews. It's like they are too emotional. Jay says, hey, Nick, love your content. Try to check out Masterclass with NASA Hussain series. They have great strategy and insight into games with cricket legends. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you so much for the suggestion. The issue is, was it Sky Sports, someone that does the Masterclass? They don't like us doing their content. But maybe we'll try another one. We'll see. Cricket Don says, I'm Indian. Oh, here comes Rashab. Kohli is still the best batsman of all formats combined, but he will never, ever be the best batsman. It was always Smith, Williamson, Kohli, Root, Babar. Hey, you threw Babar's arm in there. Pakistan fans will be happy with that. Australia praying it gets canceled. They can't play T20. Wow. And he's an Australia fan, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Chris Wokes could play in the third test. The world will be saved now. India better pray that doesn't happen. India better pray that does not happen, that Chris Wokes shows up, because this guy's a monster. He's just like been salivating and getting some test wickets. It's been too long for him to get wickets anywhere. And that's what he does. He gets the wickets, especially when you need them most. So India better hope that Chris Wokes doesn't show up, because he's just going to ruin the party. This is going to do it for our episode of Let's Talk About. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate everyone that showed up, even though a lot of us didn't, because India was dominating today. They got those 3 good wickets early on. England can still do whatever they want. They still have a lot of control, but it's going to be tough. We'll see what happens. I will be here tomorrow for the end of day 3. I know you're excited for day 3 to start in just a few hours. What is it, 4 or 5, 6 hours from now? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your support, for always showing up. Later, Stephen and everyone else. And until next time, adios. Don't forget to check out